Hi everybody, and welcome to my channel once again, and this video is a cookery one once again, and we are going to be making a flan. Yes, none of you are going to understand in the UK what I'm on about. A flan, maybe? So in the States they call a flan a flan. And that's what I've just been listening to find out what this recipe is all about. It's basically a crème caramel with a caramel sauce. So we're going to make this pudding, and it's going to be a keto version. So a keto is what's called a keto flan, but we would call it a crème caramel, I think. So it's only 2 grams net carbs, so it's low carbohydrate. It's got quite a bit of cream in it though, so it's not like it's going to be low fat. But it's okay for me because the carbs are down, and I'm not going to be using sugar, of course. I'm going to be using a couple of ingredients, substitute sugar options that are new to me because I haven't used them before. So that's quite exciting. So we're going to now retire to the kitchen, and we're going to start cooking and see how this goes. I haven't made this before, so it could be a disaster. It could be something really fantastic. I'm hoping so. But let's get on with it, and let's see how it goes. Okay. So as always, we're going to go through what we've got here. We need 3 eggs in this. 3 eggs, some butter, water, and we need some vanilla. I need to get that out, but we need some vanilla extract. We've got 2 types of sugar here, which I was going to show you. And first of all, I've got this Sucrin Gold, which is kind of like a brown sugar, and I'm going to use this to make the caramel sauce. I thought this gold brown sugar substitute would be better for the caramel sauce. And my new sugar substitute, Zusto Gourmet, high quality sugar substitute, it says. So I'm using that for the first time as well. And of course we have some double cream here. I will pop up, as we go through, I will pop up the measurements, the weights and everything else for this keto flan as we go. Okay, so first of all, we're going to make the caramel sauce. Okay, so I'm going to heat a pan up with some water, and we're going to put in 80 mils of water. So not a lot there. And into that 80 mils, we are going to put our sweetener. So I've got here this new brown sugar substitute. Looks great actually. It looks exactly like brown sugar. And that's 60 mils of that, and we're going to obviously dissolve that into the water. Now, get a whisk out. It certainly looks exactly like how brown sugar would look if you dissolved it in water. So let me bring that to the boil, and then we can start to add the butter. So let's come back to that. So we have our liquid now boiling away. Didn't take very long, and we're going to add in our butter, 32 grams of butter, and allow that obviously to melt in there. What it says now is that once the butter goes in, and obviously allowing it to melt, you shouldn't whisk it too much at this point. You should, I'm not sure why that is, but you want obviously this liquid to turn into a caramelized substance, and I suppose it's got to boil away more rather than be whisked. So let's come back in a minute after that's done its tricks. So I think this is reduced down enough now. It's been boiling away for a couple of minutes, I guess. It's still fairly liquidy, but it's certainly reduced down, and I can smell. It smells like a caramel smell to it. So yeah, I think it's ready. So we're going to take that off the heat now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour this liquid into our ramekins. So I've got some ramekins here, and we're going to just, I don't know how many this is going to take really, so I'm pouring some of the liquid into a few. I've got one big ramekin here and some small ones. It looks like it might be I don't know, maybe 5, but this one's not going to have much in it at all. Maybe 5. So that's my caramelized mixture sitting there. Now we're going to make the creme brulee part. So I've just broken 3 eggs. It's 2 eggs, complete eggs, and just the yolk of a third one together. I'm just gonna whisk that together in preparation for mixing it in with the cream. So we'll leave that now kind of whisked up and move on to the rest of the mixture. So we've got some sweetener here, and we've got the new sweetener that I'm using, and that's 60 mils? No, 60 grams of sweetener. And I'm going to add in the cream. So we've got 240 mils of cream to add to that. That's quite thick, and of course I need to whisk that together. I'm going to stir it in with a fork to start with before we start to kind of whisk it, but it's got to combine with the sweetener. A bit more left in there, is there? No, not much. And then it says, whilst you're stirring that in, just combine the eggs into that. So here we go. Slowly does it. I suppose what we're making here is a kind of custard anyway. I'm no expert. You can probably tell me that's what I'm making here. Egg custard, I would guess, of sorts. Okay, so that's good. All the eggs are in there. There's some lumps in there. I'm not sure about that. I'm going to transfer that to another pot and give it a good whisk up. I think that's probably what's needed there. So bear with me, I'm going to give that a good whisk. So all that was needed there was for me to transfer that liquid to a sensible bowl and give it a good hard whisk. You wouldn't have believed that, would you? Anyway, that's kind of all mixed in, and it took a bit of whisking, but it's gone okay. So the last thing to add in there is our vanilla. So let's add in some vanilla extract, a teaspoon. Should be enough. There we go. And I think we're getting somewhere now. Give that another mix. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer this liquid to another jug for pouring. There's a bit in the bottom there that's a bit lumpy there. Not sure why that sugar hasn't mixed very well. I'm just mixing it up in the bowl. I'm not sure, it's kind of, yeah. I think we've got enough liquid there anyway, so let's go over to the ramekins and pour this liquid into the ramekins. So I've got the ramekins sitting on in a bain-marie or whatever it's called, a tin with some hot water. So they're going to sit in the oven like that. Let's pour our custard, or whatever you want to call it, in. I'm hoping it's going to do all of them. Yeah, it's done. Oh, that fifth one's going to be a bit sugary. A big lump of something that went in there. Okay, but I think the rest are going to be okay. That one I think is going to be a bit dodgy when it comes out. So anyway, I've heated the oven up now, and this is going to go in the oven, and it's going to sit in there for 30 to 40 minutes. And supposedly, you know it's cooked when the edges are set and it's just still a little bit wobbly in the middle. So yeah, let's see what goes on with that then. So wish me luck as we put it into the oven for 30 minutes. And I've got the oven on 180. I think it needs to be quite hot. Anyway, I'll come back to you when it's out of the oven. Okay, so here they are out of the oven and looking quite scrummy in a way. I wasn't sure what to expect. They're quite puffed up, and they are, well, one here is beginning to collapse. I guess that's normal. They are crispy and whatever, bit spongy. So the next stage is to let them cool, and obviously they need to cool right down. I'm going to take them out of the bain-marie out now and let them cool down. And then later on I'm going to taste test these for my pudding tonight. So join me then for the grand testing. So here we are with the finished product, and I'm hoping this is going to come out. So I'm going to, as they say, cut it around the edge with a knife. I'm not usually allowed knives, but there you go. And just loosen it up. Oh, I do hope this is going to come out. I'm not rushing this. There. Who knows? I don't. I've got a funny feeling this isn't. Oh yes, it has. And there we have it. Oozing with niceness. So I'm going to have with this, I mean, I think having cream with this would be a bit too much, because it's got buckets full of cream in there. So what I'm going to do is I've got some Marks and Spencer's creme fraiche, so there you go. That's how I'm going to eat it. So let's have a mouthful of the flan. On its own. That's very good. I could recommend that. Even though I did have some slip-ups along the way. It's not as light as I thought it would be, but it's good. It's a nice pudding. So I'm going to allow my sous chef over there to have some in a minute, and I'm going to finish this. Thanks for watching, and take care, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now. Bye.